Hello, this is Angelus, and welcome back. And I appreciate you seeing me today and spending some quality time with me. I want to talk today specifically about manifesting. Now, I have this video basically is in response to a lot of emails and messages I've got from Facebook about Angelus. What is manifesting? How do you manifest? How does it all work? Who discovered manifestation? Well, those are all great questions, and believe it or not, outside the scope of this small video. So I will talk perhaps in another time, another place with a video on what is the structure of manifestation. How does it relate to the quantum field and the history, the details, and all that stuff. But in this video, it seems to be the main focus of the emails I've been receiving from people is how do you manifest? So why does it work for some and not for others? So good question. I'm going to stick to that. Why does it work for some and not for others? The basic structure of manifesting, just want to let you know, you need to understand a little bit. If not, you may go and talk to somebody who's in the neurosciences that understand how the brain works and how it maps itself, how it stores memory, and how it basically is written by you, by your habits. And then you also have to kind of understand a little bit about quantum mechanics. Again, you can go talk to experts who know about it more than myself. I understand it and how it operates like electricity, but I don't understand the properties of it. I just know it works and I use it. And I've been showing clients and friends and fans how to use it for decades. So I know you don't have to understand it totally. But if you are intellectual and you want to know more about the quantum field and how it relates to manifesting, I recommend you go find somebody and just talk to them for a little bit. Take them off to a coffee chat or something. Be careful though, as I have a few friends who do this and they do this for a living, and it's very boring unless you're really interested in the math behind quantum physics. So but I'm digressing. Back to the issue. How do you manifest? Why does it work for some, not for others? Manifestation actually works for everybody equally. No exception to the rule. Everybody it works for. In fact, it works geniusly, perfectly. If there's anything in the universe you can count on, is that whatever you're going to manifest, it will be manifested. Okay, then why doesn't it work for some and some work for others? Well, it's because it depends on your sponsoring thought. Now, here's the neuroscience about it. What is your sponsoring thought? Sponsoring thought is that little thing in the back of your head, the little chatter, the mind freck. Could be your, if it serves you, it could be you might give it the name of your consciousness. You might give it the muse if you're autistic. You might give it God is talking to you. Whatever you want to call it, it goes by another name. It's that voice that's constantly talking to you 24/7, literally. It's a program in your mind, in your physical brain, that once it's written, you wrote it, by the way. Once it's written, it will play 24/7, all the time, every second of the day, while you're asleep or awake. Now, if you understand a little bit about neuroscience, you understand that the unconscious mind, which that's how they call this part of the brain that runs all the time, is known to basically run on a program. And it has about, I don't know how they map that, but they have, the studies show and the examinations and the experiments have shown that about to 1 million bits of information. What that bit of information is, I'm not sure, but I know it can be big or small, but still a lot per second. Okay, so we got that. Now, the conscious mind, when you're awake for those few hours a day, it only can do about 1,000 bits per second. That's been scientifically validated. And I'm amazed because then that tells me a lot right there. That says that our conscious mind, when we're awake, operates more like dial-up back in the early 90s when the internet was starting. Remember dial-up? If anybody's been around as long as I have and understands dial-up, it was pretty slow. So, and then, of course, the way unconscious mind works 24/7 is more like, some supercomputers of today. So there's no competition there. One has a certain bandwidth, the other one has a superior bandwidth. Okay, with that said, we're getting to the nitty-gritty of how you manifest. The sponsoring thought is the supercomputer. It's going on in your mind all the time. But how did it get written that way? What was the the process of getting it to do something all the time? Well, your habits. We're creatures of habits. And it's been also scientifically documented. If you do something repetitively, repetitiously, all the time, for a short period of time, your mind then takes it as a ritual. It takes it as a habit, and it stores it, and then becomes its sponsoring thought, its new sponsoring thought. So basically, to get rid of an old sponsoring thought that's not serving you, you just replace it with a new sponsoring thought that does serve you. Simple, huh? Easy. Not so. Here it comes the noodle. That's the exception to the rule, or should I say, the thing that most people don't understand about manifesting. Okay, they understand. They come to me and say, well, "I like to meditate." I say, "Why do you want to meditate? You want to get present? You want to get connected to the divine, the Akashic records? You want to heal yourself? What are you attempting to manifest?" And they say, "Well, I want to learn how to manifest. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I want to learn how to meditate so I can manifest things." I'm going, okay. Well, then you just want to meditate long enough until the brain takes it as a habit, and then it does it automatically. You'll be thinking these thoughts all the time without even being there. And here's an example. You don't have to, when you program the mind, you sometimes program it without even knowing or even wanting to. Case in point, got a job, you do the same thing getting up in the morning, you get dressed the same way, you have a habit of eating the same way, you have a habit of commuting to your job the same way, you have a habit of doing your job and then coming home and repeating, rinse and repeat. Those habits, if you haven't noticed, have already become sponsoring thoughts. They're habitual. You don't even have to think about them anymore. How many times have you gone to work and gone, hey, how did I get here? You were on remote, default. The sponsoring thought took control, which is good. That's the purpose of it. So you can put your minds on other things more important, or zone out if that's your true choice. But that's what it takes. So without you knowing, you're creating sponsoring thoughts all the time by just doing a ritual repetitively. And it takes about anywhere from a few weeks, depending on some people, to a month, month and a half for the brain to take that new programming. So if you do this over and over every day for a short period of time, a few weeks to a month plus, you will have this in your mind, and it will play 24/7. You don't have to worry about it anymore. So that's the good news. Bad news is, if you wish to change it, you have to focus on it consciously. And you have to do the same thing you did with your work ritual. You have to actually focus. And that's why people come to me and they say, I want to learn how to meditate so I can manifest. Positive and negative to this is, yes, good. Meditation, if you do it habitually, it will stick and it become a new sponsoring thought. That's why it works for some. Because the truth of the matter is, the quantum field, how manifesting works, is the quantum field only focuses on the sponsoring thought, not on your conscious thought or conscious meditation. So no matter how much you want or desire it, it's not enough. You have to make it a sponsoring thought. It has to be playing in the computer program 24/7 all the time. The universe or the quantum field, whatever you want to call it, does not pay attention to the slow dial-up computer. It only pays attention to the one that has the most bandwidth and it's talking the most and the loudest. That is your unconscious mind, which is programmed by you by doing habits. So meditation is a great way to create new habits. But here's the problem. And this is why some people say it doesn't work. Some of you don't have the discipline. Some of you don't desire to sit there and meditate. You guys, some of you can't even meditate for 30 seconds, never mind a few minutes, an hour a day, or whatever it takes. So this is what I suggest. Since it is the sponsoring thought that the universe only listens to and manifests. So technically, like I said earlier, manifestation, we are all great manifestors because we have all created programs, sponsoring thoughts that are working all the time and creating that desired outcome. And if it's not a desired outcome, then we need to just replace it with another sponsoring thought. So if you haven't, meditation is a great way to do it. Hypnosis is another way. Repetitive ritual is yet another way. So you don't even have to know how to meditate. So those are 3 ways to do it. And so, well, Angela, that's great, but I don't know how to use NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, hypnosis. I don't know how long I have to do something habitually until I know I got it. And I don't like meditating. Then I suggest get a professional, get somebody out there who's proficient in one of those three, or two or three of those three, and they can actually guide you through the method to create a new sponsoring thought that supports you. And then manifestation is like magic. It happens all the time. So if it's something specific you're looking for, you need to be trained by a professional how to do that. If you need some help, if you need more information on how to go find a professional, please let me know in the comment field, and I'll get back to you with my information and my contacts, and we can help you from there. I hope this has helped some people kind of understand the process of how manifesting meditation, how your brain actually works. Again, if you need more information, please comment me, and I will get back to you with some information that will blow your mind. Believe me, it's blown my mind since I've been on this journey. So with that, I want to thank you for seeing me today. Please subscribe and like the video, and I will see you very soon. Have a great day.